So good morning. My name is José Jr., and I'm the new Equity, Family, and Community Partnerships Manager in Holyoke, the District of Holyoke. And I work with all the schools here in Holyoke. And part of my work that has been added is this term equity, right? Previously wasn't there, and part of the reason for that was because we got a grant to work with Holyoke and create a student equity group, a teacher cohort that is versed in cultural competency and other equity related issues, and also to create a community Holyoke membership, right? So the Holyoke Equity Coalition is what we call it, and we're really proud of that. So what's I think important to understand is this is not a HPS, not a Holyoke Public Schools initiative. We got the grant to not to oversee it, but to frame these conversations. But that grant is going to go away, right? And the idea is, how do we sustain this work beyond the 3 years that this grant supports, right? And the community has really been good about taking on this work and putting a lot of effort into realizing 4 goals that we're attacking as a community. This Thursday, we're going to talk about one of those goals, which is to hold conversations, open conversations about race and equity, something that's not always easy to do in communities. But that's what we're charged with. And I think it's through these conversations that we'll be able to do some of our greatest work, right? And it's going to be fun, and it's going to be eye-opening, but it's also going to be serious work. So I would like to invite you this Thursday to Enlace de Familias at 5 o'clock. We're going to watch a film called Seeing Red. It's a documentary on the Massachusetts juvenile justice system and the disparities that lie within it. But it also, the film does a very good job of addressing systemic bias as well that go beyond the juvenile justice system. And we will talk about how that affects our school system, right? And so I invite you to that. It'll be great. There'll be some food there, but we'll also have really rich and important conversations about race and equity in the District of Holyoke. That's really what we want. We want folks, not just, it's easy to get the people from the school because initially it looks like it's a school-led coalition, but it's really a community event. It's really a community coalition. And the idea or the effort will be to get the community to understand that it's actually their coalition. And inequities exist everywhere, right? And whether you work for the school or whether you work for another department or whether you work as a cashier or any employment that you do, there's an opportunity for you to create equity, right? We all have a hand to play in it. And often it's the bigger systems like healthcare and the justice system and the school system that are asked to speak more to, where the inequities, I should say, are most visible. But every one of us can do one little thing every day, or maybe change our way of thinking a little tiny bit to make all of Holyoke more equitable. So we all have a part to play. I think the idea and the effort will be to, how do we get, Doña Malta to understand that even though maybe she's a caretaker of some children, she also has a big part to play in the community, whether you're a caretaker for some children or whether you're, the mayor of the city. When it comes to equity, everybody has the same level playing field in what they can do to. That's not true. Some people have more power to create equity than others, but it's everybody's, I think, job to be a part of it.